look at this beautiful mid-September morning. It's a Friday. It's a Friday, my favourite day of the week. And today I wanted to talk to you about V-STROM stuff because the MT-01 is dead at the moment. It will not start properly. Looking into that, I put a short up about it. I think it's fueling. So we're going to need to start troubleshooting that problem. So for the time being, we are on the V-STROM. So let's have a little chat about the V-STROM, shall we? Now, first and foremost, if you follow my socials, you would have seen I am now a top boxerer, whatever. This one is a Temu special. All the way from the land of China. Took about 6 weeks to come, and I did on a bit of a whim. I thought, I saw an advert on Facebook for I think it was advertised at about £38.75 or something like that. And do you know what? Quite pleased with it, actually. I wouldn't put myself down as a top boxy, whatever you want to call it. But I think what I want the V-STROM for is to be a practical bike, is to be an all-rounder. And this works really well. And it comes with a plastic bracket here, and all you have to do is literally, there's 4 bolts and these bar things, and it literally, you fit through. I had to adjust the bar a little bit to make it fit with a bit of an angle grinder, using the ultimate in safety to get that on. It works really well, and I think for the money, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm not going to go off and spend hundreds of pounds on a Givey rack. Now, with the Givey stuff, they do come with a bracket that goes along here to make this a bit stronger, because this isn't the strongest apparently. But all I'm going to be putting in at the moment is just, bits and pieces to maybe my camera gear, stuff like that. At the moment, it also has a lock on it, which is alright. At the moment, it's got some summer gloves for later on because it's quite cold this morning. And I've got my winter gloves there. And my bag with stuff in it, and it's nice not to have a bag on. And because it's so light and relatively small, it's big enough for stuff, but relatively small, it fits on there well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I don't think it looks too bad on the bike because it's small. It's not gigantic. It's not like having a caravan on the back of the bike. So yeah, like that. And the next thing, now you may have seen my last video complaining about the seat. Now, what I have done is I have brought the 30mm higher seat. Now, I hope this comes out alright. As you can see, if I can see, I'll put a picture up as well. But if you look, the 30mm higher seat is way more plush than the original. I'm hoping that will give the desired bum support that I need, because honestly, the original seat is horrendous. Since I put the video up, people have contacted me saying I have exactly the same issue. It's a terrible design, really. Yeah, so Suzuki, not good. The 30mm higher seat comes in around, I've seen it on eBay between 180 to 230 quid. That's a lot of money for a bit of plastic with some foam on it. I think directly from Suzuki it's about 250 quid. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but first impressions are quite good. Now, what I've lost is the motor cover seat. It didn't work for me. Although it did offer a little bit more comfort, it wasn't enough, and I just couldn't get over the fluffy seat on the bike. That's just not me. But if it's something you want, do go and check them out. So, without further ado, shall we ride to work? Yeah, I think we shall. I mean, I need to go to work, unfortunately, to pay for these toys. Yeah. So let's get on with it. Let's ride to work. Don't sing. You get complaints from the father. I do like these gloves. These are the Oxford Mondial ones, I think they are. I think they're touchscreen sensitive. It's quite handy. I have done a review on these. And today, it's just cold enough for them. Now, I was just looking at the temperature on my bike actually. Oh, 9 degrees. It was shown as 11 degrees. It's definitely not 11 degrees. No, I mean, 9 degrees? Do you reckon it's that? You can see my breath. Might be, it's possibly warmed up a little bit. I was hanging some towels out this morning, a bit of washing, and it was freezing cold, and the towels were still warm from the washing machine, and they were steaming. Let's just lock that off today. The Shiggy, I love it. Honestly, with those cameras front and back, give a lot more confidence on the road if anything should happen. So I got it in gravel mode because this is a gravelly road, and I'm a massive amateur off-road. So just got to wait for the traction control to liven up, otherwise the back end will spin all over the place. So there we go. Woo! God, the sun is really low this morning. I can't see much. But yeah, it's the seat has definitely given me a lot more, I don't know whether it's comfort or support. I haven't had a chance for a long ride, but I can tell the difference. I can massively tell that I'm at least going to be able to sit in the saddle for a little bit longer without my backside dying a horrendous, slow and painful death. So I'm hoping that's resolved it. And also it keeps a look at the bike without going down the route of like those big cushy saddles. And I was looking at those big cushy saddles. It's a French company, I can't remember their name, I'll put the thing up on here, but you're looking at around £400 for a seat, although that is front, that's the main seat and the passenger seat as well, the pillion seat. So, but I don't know if I want that sort of look on this bike. I like the plain sort of like, you know, practical look. So I want to keep this seat as original as possible. I think, because I've still got the other seat, I think what I'll do is, if this doesn't work, I will go to an upholsterer and get it re-upholstered a little bit. It's the only thing that is a problem. Of course, a bit blowy. It's the only thing that's a problem for me on this motorcycle. Good morning, young man, on your Grom. Might not be a young man, might be an old man, but well, I don't know. But yeah, Top Box is amazing. Really happy with that, how that turned out. It's worth the risk, I think, getting it from Temu. Now the only issue is I would put a link up to it on Temu, but this particular one doesn't seem to be available at the price I paid for it anymore. I'm a bit of a Temu novice, so I get a little bit, like, the prices are mad. You know, sometimes you go on there and something's 10 quid and the next minute you go on it's 100 quid. So I guess it's a bit of a gamble, and what you get what you pay for, I guess. I'm quite happy with the Top Box. The fittings quality could be a little bit better, but 38 quid, come on. The box is obviously plastic, it's not metal, but you can fit your shopping in it. Man, that sun's low. I can't see coming. Oh, but it is a Friday. I do always feel better on a Friday. I don't know particularly why I feel better on a Friday. I guess because you've done your week. You know, I work in IT, so I can generally switch off at a weekend, unless there's any major issues. I should be quiet and not jinx it. Right, sun's terrible. My wife is imminently going to pass a test. In fact, maybe by the time this video comes out, 8 degrees now, it's gone down to 8 degrees. By the time this video comes out, she may have passed her test. So if she has, I'll be doing a thing on that with her of some sort. Don't know how that's going to work or what we're going to do yet. That should be fun. We have a bike lined up for her. She's done her mod 1. That's good. God, if I don't, I mean, when I did my test, it was easy peasy, if I'm honest. Back in 2001, 2000, I can't remember exactly. All I had to do was about 3 days of riding bikes around and then a test at the end of it. And the guy who I did the test with was in a car. And it was in Croydon town centre. Middle of the day on a Saturday. Absolutely rammed. He gave me a couple of instructions. I disappeared off. The instructions were basically, you know, it's an old radio unit, nothing like what they have today. The instructions were that basically you ride off. If you can't hear the instructor anymore, you stop and wait. So my test was, I think they're 45 minutes long at the time, or half an hour or something like that. So I rode off, and you're not supposed to hesitate, you're supposed to carry on. So I rode off, lost him, took it to my advantage a little bit, rode on a bit further, went down the road to sort of like get out of the way of the traffic, sat there for about 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, waiting for him. He caught up with me, he made me do a couple of manoeuvres, U-turn I think it was, and emergency stop. And then he said, okay, turn around, and because the traffic was so bad, he said, I'd rather you didn't go off too far this time. So the traffic was so bad, we sat in the traffic all the way back to the test centre, and that was it. So I literally, I think, rode probably 2 or 3 miles, and that was it. Visor is getting steamed up today. You can't find the tag. There it is, behind my camera. Yeah, so that was amazing. And then when we got back to the test centre, he went, congratulations, you passed with no minors. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And now I know why they do it. I mean, at the time I was under 21, so I think I was 18 actually, 18, 19, 2000, I can't remember exactly. So I was only allowed to ride a bike up to 33 brake horsepower, which is hence the reason why I got Honda Bros at the time. And if you look at my video about my biking history, that goes into that more. But yeah, now this Mod 1 and all the amount of time you have to spend doing it, I mean, the money as well. I think it cost me £300 at the time. Now you're looking over £1,000 with all the lessons and everything else, the CBT, whatever. Yeah, crazy. I suppose it's all relevant, I guess. Is it relevant? I don't know. Tell me, is it relevant? Someone who's done their test recently, comment below, let me know how you got on with it, because I want to know. Anyway, on that exquisite note, thanks for watching. If this is your first time watching, do give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, comment below please, and I'll see you next time on Tom's TC.